Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope this video finds you well. If you're new here, hey, I'm Candice. I create beauty content, but specifically and primarily makeup content. And welcome to my channel. I've been seeing blonde brows a lot recently, so I wanted to give it a go. The girlies were slaying, you know, with the blonde brows. So I said, let me give this a go. Just like a very simple beat. But of course the brows and the smoked out liner are the main attraction. Without further ado, if you want to see how I created this look, keep on watching. Bit of a jump scare, but today I just wanted to try blonde brows and try to get back into the habit of posting. Let's just get into it. So you guys know the drill already. Grab a drink, grab a beverage, grab a snack, whatever you fancy. Let's get into some makeup. Hay fever was killing me last week. Like when I say killing me, it had me by the neck and it wouldn't let go. So I had to literally take a break because my skin, everything was just itching. My sinuses were crazy. My eyes were especially bad and like wrinkly and so irritated. So I just simply couldn't do makeup. So I do apologize for my absence. Yeah, so I'm just trying to get back into the habit of posting and just trying to maintain consistency. I'll speak about this as the video goes on, but I've just gone in with this Tilbury Magic Cream. Love this stuff. I'm on month 4 of tretinoin. I'm currently on 0.05 percent via Danessa. I'll put my code down below. This is not a paid promotion or an ad or anything. It's not a gifted service. I'm paying for it myself. And I don't want to say how it's going so far until it's gone. But yeah, this Tilbury Magic Cream has been especially nice as a really nice hydrating moisturizer, but also as a makeup base, because that Tret peel and dryness that you get as a side effect isn't cute at all. Go in and we're going to color correct. I'm going to color correct with this Bobbi brown skin correcting stick. This is in the shade Very Deep Bisque. I've really been loving this stuff. So we're just going to go in the usual places. Yeah. I don't know what happened here. There was a spot and I promised I did not like pick it, but it just went darker, which is very annoying, but we move. To blend that out, I'm going in with this Peaches and Cream PC18 brush. Love brushes like this for blending out my color corrector and concealer in general. Yeah, so I'm trying to get back into the habit of posting. You know that sound on TikTok's like, you gotta get it on your Zoom. Gotta get it on your Zoom, babe. Every day at 10, you gotta get it on your Zoom. So I'm just actually just trying to strip back down to the basics and actually just show up for you guys and for myself. When you're like a content creator, micro content creator who's aspiring to obviously grow but go full time, it takes a lot of work and consistency and effort, and you need to show up, and it means that you have to hold yourself accountable and you have to have like some sort of schedule, and I just have not been the best at, you know, making sure that I'm consistent. Consistency is like very hard. I just want to strip back down to the basics and just try to keep up. I feel like with me, I have so many ideas, so many things that I want to do, but I find it sometimes overwhelming because it's like, how does one, you know, make sure I execute and do everything that I want to do? It's kind of hard. I find it quite hard sometimes. Admittedly, just making sure I'm putting out makeup content and then everything else that I want to do in terms of diversifying my content and bridging that gap between beauty and discourse. The two things that I love, that can come later. I forgot to also say that I have primed underneath my eyes. I'm not a massive eye cream babe. I feel like I use an eye cream when I feel like my eyes need it. Sometimes it can be too heavy for my under eyes. Your under eyes are seriously sensitive and you have to be careful with what you're putting underneath there. I really do like this, and I like how it feels and it's not irritating my eyes, which is the most important thing. So this is from Pharmacy Beauty. This was kindly gifted to me. This is the Wake Up Honey Eye Cream. It's got brightening vitamin C in it, but it also works nicely as a makeup eye primer. It's really nice. I haven't taken the Tilbury up to my eye because I find that sometimes because of the fragrance, and especially now because my hay fever is moving very mad, it can be too irritating. Now that the skin is color corrected somewhat, I'm going to go in with a bronzer. I think I'm going to use two. My Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Sunkissed Glow bronzer. This is in the shade 310. Got a new tool, but actually it's two new tools that I'm super excited to try. They're finally available here in the UK via Cult Beauty. I'm sure that Flannels, which is another stockist of this brand, will have this shortly. This is the new Patrick Tar dual ended bronzing brush. This is the Full Contour 2 brush. Going with that bronzer, and we're just gonna take that and oh, I forgot to warm it up. I keep doing that. It's very important for you to like warm up bronzing products, or else you're just not going to get the most out of them, or it's going to be like quite difficult for you to blend. But underpainting, so we're going to go in with that first. And I love these brushes. I have this one, and I also have this one. This is the Full Contour 1 brush. So this is the first contour brush that he came out with, and this is the second one. And I have a few other Patrick Tar brushes, and even though they are expensive, I feel like they're entirely worth it. And we're just gonna go this. And then I really love these brushes because they make, I think I picked up too much, but they make everything a lot easier for you. A lot of what you're doing is just merely stamping. The shape of the brush does everything for you. And I love that. I love that. So I really like this because it's more of a natural shade for me, and it's just slightly darker than my foundation color and my skin tone, and it's very easy to blend. So yeah, these brushes are definitely worth it. They are a higher price point, but I feel like because obviously Patrick Tar is of a particular caliber, he himself is a professional makeup artist, a celebrity makeup artist as well, so naturally when makeup artists, celebrity makeup artists and stuff, when they come out with brands, I'm not expecting it to be like a drugstore price point. I think that's ludicrous because it's like the person itself has like this air of luxury and exclusivity about them by their very profession, so you would expect that to correlate with their products, and I think it definitely does, from the packaging to the price point to the experience. I always invest when it comes to celebrity makeup brands like Patrick Tar or Makeup by Mario, for example. I think I want to deepen that just a little bit, just because I know that the face has to be warm enough to combat the very stark blonde brows. So I think I'm going to go in with another bronzer. I'm going to go in with this Danessa Myricks Contour Balm. I'm not too sure what the full name is, but this is in the shade Deep 1. I have tried this. It's slightly sheer. I do like the packaging. It kind of reminds me of the Tom Ford packaging. And this is the colour inside. It is still more neutral, on the more neutral side. So I'm going to go in with that same brush right in the corner of that, just to warm it up. I don't know if you can see the difference. And then I'm just taking the rest all over. This is quite sheer. When I used it, I found it to be on the more sheer side, which I'm not mad about, but that is worth noting. But it blends very nicely, and the shade range is very good. Lovely. This was the brush that I was super excited for. It's not that I struggle with nose contour. I'm not too bothered, but I just like things that make my life easier, make things easier. And like I said, these Patrick Tar contour brushes, the contour range or the full contour range, definitely worth looking at. So this is the Full Contour 3 brush. It's dual ended. This. So it's like a thin edge, and then you have like a blending edge, and it just looks like it would make nose contour so much easier. And I like that it's like this because it means that you can literally turn it like this, and you see how it kind of fits right in snug into the contour off your nose where it meets your eye on both sides. Love. Same Danessa Myricks contour. And we're literally come on now. How easy was that? You can blend with this side, but I'm gonna blend with this side. Do you see what I mean? I love when things just make life easier. And like I said, there's always a code. There is always a code. So look for the code, babe. Look for the sale. You have the Sephora sale event thingy coming up in America. And we have Sephora here now in the UK, but we don't have this Sephora spring sale event thingy. Unfortunately. But Cult Beauty currently have like a sale. You can spend £50 and get like 20% off selected items, of course, but I'm pretty sure this is included. There's also a CB YouTube 15 code that is advertised literally on YouTube for Cult Beauty. And then I'm pretty sure your fave influencer, macro influencer, has a code for Cult Beauty, all these places. So listen, don't buy makeup full price if you don't have to. Wait for a sale, look for a code. Where there's a will, there's a way. Okay, cool. I love this brush. I actually really, really do. Yeah. Lovely. For concealer, I haven't used this in a while, but it's an oldie but a goodie. You guys know that I've been loving my Hourglass concealer, but I don't want to rinse it too much. And you guys keep seeing the same products. So I'm going in with my Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Butterscotch. And then I will be going in with the shade Cookie to brighten. And I'm not using too much because the concealer will spread. But I am taking it up onto my nose here. Rose Ink number 4 brush. You guys know I love this brush. I'm using this side to blend out my concealer, well, to spread it. I'm literally just gonna take this. Like so. Okay, so to blend that out, I'm going to take this Hourglass Vanish concealer brush, and I'm starting up at the bottom because why not? I'm joking. Because I want the under eye to build the most coverage. Just lightly tapping, and I'm going to blend the edges like so on both sides, and then we'll blend the edge here as well. Again, don't worry about it being extremely blended out because I'm going to go back in, blend everything with foundation. Yeah. Feel good. Okay, so we've just gone in with the shade Cookie. Same Too Faced Born This Way concealer, but this time in the shade Cookie, and I'll literally place it here and here. And we're going to let that sit whilst we apply some foundation. I'm taking my oldie but a goodie Nars Natural Radiant Longwear in the shade Macao. You want to take a flat surface. You can use the top of your powder or something. I just like using an actual palette. So this is the Makeup Forever Professional palette. I got this from Guru Makeup Emporium. That's where the makeup artist shop. The pump from this, like, that was literally just one pump. So this isn't like a normal foundation pump. Like, each pump is the equivalent to like one normal foundation pump. So I'm gonna pump another. So that's about one pump of foundation, give or take. For my foundation, I'm going to use this Peaches and Cream PC21 brush. And we're literally just going to drag this down and like really work it into the bristles of this brush. So I like to start off with the bottom of my face. We'll just start off here. And the way that you know you're applying enough foundation is if you basically shouldn't even really see where you're laying it, if that makes sense. But you see the effect and you see the coverage, if that, yeah, makes sense. Then you want to push that foundation up into your contour just to blend them all together. And if need be, can go on top of your bronzer contour. Just taking that here. And you're basically applying that everywhere where you didn't put foundation. So taking some here to marry my bronzer and my concealer together. And I really love this Peaches and Cream brush. I love brushes that are this shape anyway, just because they're the perfect brush to use for anything really. Because my colour corrector is quite close to my skin, it can be easy to forget that you haven't applied any foundation there. But do remember. Skin around my mouth is a bit funny because of Tret, so ignore that. Taking that foundation, marry everything together. I always preach about the importance of going back in with brushes that you previously used to make sure that everything is blended really nicely. So I just went back in with my contour brush just to bring back some more definition to my face. Now I'm going to blend out my under eye. And we're just keeping it in this same area so that the brightness is spotlighted into the center of our face. To allow that some time to dry, I'm going to go in with my Patrick Ta Double Take Cream and Powder Blush in the shade She's a Doll. I'm going to be doing that technique where Patrick Ta actually recommends with his blush duos and just I think blush in general, that you actually apply the cream after you apply the powder. But I have a makeup artist friend and should follow her by the way. She recommended that you should actually put the cream, then the powder, then cream again. So I'm gonna try that today to see what it looks like. This is the blush color. I do need to wipe this off because it's kind of like dirty at the top. That is much better, so you can actually see the color. The powder is the same shade as the blush, and it's actually more or less the same shade as my top. It's a gorgeous pink that is complementary to all skin tones. I really love this blush, and these blush duos are amazing anyway. But I think this is probably my favorite color because I love pink blush. So sticking with Patrick Ta, because why not? I'm gonna go in with this Patrick Ta brush. This is the full Phase 2 brush. This came out with their cream and powder foundation duos. But I don't have that, so I'm gonna use this side. Just taking it right here and feathering it on little by little. And I'm taking that kind of into my under eyes just because I want that color to come through, because I will be going over with cream with the powder, then cream again. I'm not applying too much. but I'm sticking with that same placement from last time or the time before. Applying a little bit of blush here to your temples. I'm just taking this Huda Beauty loose setting powder in the shade Banana Bread. Guys, it's nearly midnight and I'm starting to get a little tired. And then I'm getting this Treadwell limited edition, Valentine's limited edition powder puff, but there's no difference between this and the black ones. Push it in to actually work it in. And I get the sides because I don't want any dry patches hitting my makeup and removing it. A little bit more. Again, rubbing the back of my hand. And go over, especially under the eye. Taking the excess and literally just going over. Difference is crazy. Don't worry, we're gonna bring it all back. And as expected, my eyes are watering. Now we're gonna go in with some bronzer. I'm just taking this Nars bronzer in the shade Punta. This is the bronzing powder. Okay, and then I'm taking the end of that brush. First thing I like to do when I powder my whole face is bronze, because I feel like it just brings back the colours to my face. We're just putting that everywhere we place down that cream bronzer. Again, this brush, this shape, like I'm literally just tapping and it's just placing it down and that's it. I don't feel like I need to blend anything out. I'm just tapping. Do you see what I mean? That a good brush does all the work. It looks so crazy, but I'm here for it. Taking that Patrick Star nose contour brush from before. I've just wiped it off on a tissue to get that cream product out of it, but there wasn't much anyway. So I've just dipped it into that powder. Just like before. Hey. I completely forgot that I normally contour my nose with my face powder. It's right. And I'm going to soften that a little bit. I haven't used this powder in a while, but this is the Kosas Cloud Set powder in the shade Softly. I'm going to use this to set my foundation. I'm just using all my Patrick Tar brushes today. Patrick Tar Full Face 2 brush. And we're literally just going to do this. I really like this powder. It's quite soft. It's in the name. It's a very soft powder. The powder. The foundation that we laid earlier. So I'm just applying this where I have foundation. Take a little bit onto my neck. Just softly sets everything. Sort of seamless. It reminds me of the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. This is just like significantly less shimmery. For blush, I'm taking the powder in that Patrick Tar Duo. The Full Face 2 brush. And I'm just going in with this side that I haven't used. Powder first. This is the Patrick Tar Dewy Milk Mist. Not enough to soak it, but enough to just have it be a little bit damp, especially on the outside. And this is a Beauty Blender makeup sponge. This is from the brand Beauty Blender, and this is the Pro Sponge. I've already done this side and I think you could definitely see the difference. This side looks a lot more lifted, a lot more natural, like it looks like skin again. I don't typically like glow on the side of my face, like highlighter per se. Stopped wearing highlighter ages ago, but I like that natural glow, and I like that my face no longer looks flat, which can sort of happen when your skin is entirely matte. Working it into here, and then just tapping off the excess on the back of my hand, going directly over. It definitely looks like it's enhanced the pigment of that pink underneath, like so. I love. I'm going in with this Fenty Baby What It Dew travel size setting spray. This is not a setting spray, by the way. It's a makeup refreshing spray. I feel like people still don't know the difference between setting sprays, and they're wondering why their makeup does not stick, or why they feel like their setting spray isn't doing anything for them. I'm going in with this foundation powder. This is the One Size foundation powder in the shade Dark 2, Destiny Beauty DB06 brush to blank out my lid, because I'm not too fussed about what the lid looks like. I'm just gonna do this smoked out liner that I saw Jordana Tisha do. Do you see the difference it makes? I'm not going for the eye hyperpigmentation vibe today. I'm going for a blanket out type of vibe. And this foundation powder is actually really good because it just completely blanks out that hyperpigmentation. Okay. And having darker eyes is perfectly normal, by the way, so I don't really care about that. I do have a brow tutorial on how I did my brows today, and I also have an updated brow tutorial in general, so go and check that out. midnight. Ha! Great. But we're almost done, to be honest. Let's just hope. My problem is sometimes when I do wing liner, I go too much, too exaggerative, and I already got big eyes, so it's like there's too much going on. I'm almost done with my drink. I don't know if I'm making this up, but I'm pretty sure I heard that your drink is never supposed to pass your head. I'm gonna drink it. What are you gonna do? What I want to talk about, and it just reminded me of that, because that's etiquette, right? Do you know what I hate? That feminine energy content. Everyday feminine energy. Feminine. Like, can I just exist? Anyway, I'm taking this Inglot gel liner. I used this the other day, wherever I've been, because this is new shit, you know, this is really good. Got to feel loose, baby, let it, got to feel, baby, let it, anyway. Hey, Fala Bernard, I'm tired, but we gotta persevere. Every day you gotta get on your Zoom. You gotta get on your Zoom. Every day at 10, you gotta get on your Zoom. Please tell me you've seen that video or that sound on TikTok. Anyway, Morphe V207 brush. I'm just gonna dip it into this. This is very nice. Yeah. Okay. And we're just doing a simple liner. And this is how I do my liner. But I just literally, like so. Hey. You basically just wanna. Okay, and this is where the smoky part comes out now. I'm not taking it out any further than that, because I'll end up with a liner here. Yeah, now. Morphe V203 to smudge that out. Makeup by Ariel A18 brush. I normally use this to conceal my brows. I'm just gonna smudge it out. Dark 2N one size foundation thingy again. And this is a Destiny Beauty DB08 brush. I just applied eyelash glue, but I want to try these lashes. These are the Lily lashes. These are the 4 Lily lashes in this style, bonded, and they're magnetic. These were gifted to me. I do actually have a liner glue thing. It's too late. I'm just gonna pop them on. Sorry. These are really nice. And to do my inner corner, I don't know why I didn't think of doing this before, but I actually just used the tip of the brush. This is a really nice brush, and the tip is very sharp. So I literally just tapped it into the liner and then stamped it on my eye, sort of thing. At this point, do I ever do my makeup without this powder? I don't think I do. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in the shade number 2 medium. Nabla Cosmetics Precision Powder Brush here, just to basically mattify all the areas that that luminous spray sort of made dewy. Don't like it. The mascara that I'm wearing is this Huda Beauty Legit Lashes one. I used the volume side, so like the bigger brush. I have quite a lot of lip liners, but the US babes have been screaming about the Makeup Forever Limitless Brown Forever. I kind of just want the lip to be quite muted. What do we expect? It's always going to be a nude lip for me. Let's go in. This is like very creamy, very easy to glide. I like that. Give me like Morphe Trendsetter, MAC Chestnut sort of vibes. It's getting late. Now I'm going in with this In the Nude Cosmetics. I think it's like a liquid lipstick in the shade Skin. Blend it out with this P. Louise 118 brush. Liquid lipsticks, I forgot that they dry down like so quickly, which is why I just don't use them like that. But I do like this shade. And then oldie but a goodie, I literally had to pick up another one because I just realised that when I first bought this gloss, it was 3 years ago. I'm not putting that on my lips. So this is the Fenty Gloss Bomb, the OG Gloss Bomb in the shade Sweet Mouth. I used to love this stuff so much. Nimya lipstick. I hit that on the middle. Fenty Gloss Bomb Heat in the shade Hot Chocolate. I think like my dry skin with the Tret and the powders and everything is interacting well, so I literally just sprayed some of this Patrick Tar Dewy Milk Mist, more so in the center, avoided my eyes, in the hopes that this will bring my complexion back to life because I just don't really like how it's looking. So I started filming all these TikToks and things and completely forgot to do an outro to this video. So yeah, this is the final look. Let me know what you guys think. I don't really like the brows. I like the brows and I like the look, but I feel like this isn't like my usual makeup style. It certainly isn't my makeup style right now. You guys know I'm going through all these changes. But I think it's like really pretty. It's really cute. It's a vibe, you know. It's not an everyday vibe for me personally. If this is you, you like it, I love it. But for me personally, this is not an everyday thing, but I think it's cute. This brings me to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do hope you enjoyed it. It's something different. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Don't forget to follow me on the rest of my socials so that you do not miss out on the rest of the content that I'm posting. See you in the next one, but until then, take care. Love you guys and bye.